So here we are in Arlington, Virginia, one of the wealthy counties where everyone is a federal bureaucrat, or at least someone in their family is, making a six-figure salary with no unemployment even during the recession. Here's the Whole Foods. It's a pretty large Whole Foods market, as you can see. It has a big parking lot. Under penalty of death, if you park there and you're not actually going to Whole Foods, your car will disappear. And this is Clarendon Boulevard and Wilson Boulevard that go to downtown Roslyn, where the State Department and the Foreign Service are. And here is the Clarendon Mall, with a Crate and Barrel and an Origins and an iPad store and a Williams-Sonoma and a Barnes & Noble and a Starbucks and all the other things that are essential to families of lawyers and lobbyists and high-paid federal bureaucrats who don't lose their jobs and in fact are even paid more when you're losing yours. We're going to take a little walk from this neighborhood, Clarendon, down to another neighborhood called Courthouse, because the county courthouse for Arlington is there. These are the neighborhoods that are expensive and have condos and apartments. You can see the apartments above the stores. They're expensive because they are right on the subway. The subway being something that also does not support itself with its own fares or local taxes, but is paid for by tax subsidies from the federal government, i.e. taxpayers everywhere else. These people are all enjoying a warm, summery St. Patrick's Day. It's a Saturday, they all have the day off because federal bureaucrats don't work on Saturday. And they do keep all these people employed who run these stores that service them. Let's go. Anyway, we're going to walk down to the next neighborhood that's along the metro. The neighborhoods along the metros are the most expensive. Boston, Clarendon, Courthouse, and Roslyn. Boston is actually where George Mason University is, which has both a big Austrian economics department and a public choice department that are devoted to criticizing the way the federal behemoth works, or at least do a value-free analysis that comes out with those conclusions. Oh wow, looks like there's actually an open house. We're not going to go look at it because this is not a real estate tape. However, it would give us some price info, but there are no brochures left. Just out of curiosity, how much?
What? How much is that?
Yeah.
$1,000,001.
$1,000,001 for 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms?
Two bedrooms.
2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms.
You should go in.
A loft that could be a bedroom.
They're not pushy. They're
Oh, that's okay. No. So, 2 bedrooms and a loft for $1,000,001, or whatever they said it was. That is actually more than I thought it would be, but I suspect it is large and on the top floor, and I'm sure it has at least 1, if not 2, garage spaces. Because $1,000,001, you can't actually buy a house in this neighborhood for $1,000,001. In fact, you can buy a really simple house for 3-bedroom house, 4-bedroom house for $850,000. Of course, these are all brand new construction. There's a flowering tree. This seems to be the month for flowering trees. Anyway, that's your tax dollars at work. Generating a neighborhood where there's no unemployment, lots of new construction. In fact, if this tape doesn't run out, we're going to actually get to a point where someone's building brand new luxury lofts. And apparently the apartment we did not go in and look at, I hope you're not too disappointed, 2-bedroom and a little loft den was $1,000,001, which I think is high for even here. Here's the Whole Foods again. We just walked it kind of around the block. There's a little side street. You can see apartment building off in the distance. We're going in a direction where there are going to be fewer houses and gradually more kind of high rises or mid rises. There's an actual empty lot, which will soon have something else in it.
I got bits going.
We're going to do about a 9-minute tape here. Something under construction. PNC Bank. I think this is the same open house that we saw. Or maybe not. Huh. This is an apartment building. I think some local libertarians and Ron Paul people that I know actually live in that building. Very odd statue. I find it somewhat attractive that it seems to be unhewn stones stacked together to float a statue. I could swear I actually know that man who just walked by. Well, maybe the new loft that I thought we were going to look at is actually back behind me. We've already passed it long ago. I don't really know. That's possible. At any rate, just trying to give you a flavor of what the counties are like around Washington, D.C., where there's no unemployment, and I think 10 of them are in the top 15 jurisdictions, or 8 of them are in the top 10 jurisdictions in terms of high income. There's a bartending school. We'll do about 9 minutes of this walking tour, which means it's almost over. And then I might do a shorter tape if there's anything interesting to see. Across the street, you see some bushes, topiary, on top of a roof. It's a restaurant called the Roof Deck Restaurant. I've never actually been there. But a friend of mine who used to run the Arlington Young Republican group and now works for Ken Cuccinelli, I think used to be the maitre d' there. And then she moved to Richmond. Worked for Ken Cuccinelli.
Like, I had a bid that I wanted.
Yeah, I think I've actually missed the neighborhood that I thought I was aiming for with the loft. Newly constructed loft. It must have been west of where we started. We're walking east. So we're now already at the courthouse here. Courthouse neighborhood, I think. Not a lot of distance between Clarendon and the courthouse. I didn't realize it was such a short walk. But perhaps if I decide to inflict more on you all, do a tape later this week from Boston to Clarendon, and maybe we'll see the new lofts that are under construction. Find out what kind of horribly outrageous price they're asking.